Here are the top 5 community platforms for 2024. They are Heartbeat, Patreon, Supapass, Uscreen, and GroupApp. We're going to go through the key features, the pricings, and which one I would choose. And at the very end, I'm going to show you which platform we use to run our community. So the first one, Heartbeat. This is a platform where you can create your online community business. And I want to really focus on this is for you to scale your community business. If community is at the forefront, this is a great option for you. The founders were previously community managers, and they understand the pain points of running a robust community, including the complicated Frankenstein like connecting Slack, connecting Circle, connecting Discord, all these different things, and they simplify all those things into a beautiful platform. If you're trying to have courses, manage matching up different ones, and you're using another software to do that, if you use Donut or Meetsy or others, if you're trying to have different audio channels like Discord, you're trying to manage events on Luma and Zoom, you can do all of these things in Heartbeat in just a few steps. Really intuitive, and I like that you can have very advanced onboarding sequences for your audiences. So if you're looking to scale a community, this is a really good option. Now, next is Patreon. This is a platform that a lot of people might have heard of, especially they popped off in the pandemic. A lot of creators, a lot of people decided to use this platform, and Patreon just did a new branding, just everything with their app and everything. It's really good. It's geared towards creators. I think the thing that stands out with Patreon is the plug and play nature of this. It's really easy to get started. It has name recognition, so a lot of people use Patreon. There is a drawback, I would like to say, is you're building your brand on Patreon. People are subscribing or being patrons to other creators, so it's not fully branded as yours. Your community is on Patreon, and so the seamless nature of your branding can't really be done on Patreon totally. Now, the trade-off is it's super easy to manage. You can have a business, a one-person business, managing a lot of these things. So there's things to consider there. Versus if I want a fully branded experience, I'm bringing in my podcast, all those things, I would be looking at Supapass, where I can be building out my website, building out my blog, starting for free, and then I can scale from there. I simply put, Superpass is the white labeled version of Patreon. So if you want your own branding, you want everything to be all in one neat package, that's why I would go to Superpass. Next up, let's look at Uscreen. Now, this is a platform where it's an all-in-one membership platform for creators. So again, they're focused on creators again. And I would say the one thing that really, there's multiple things, but one thing that really stands out is video first. There's so many different ways that you can be selling your content. If you're selling a one-time video and then you can upsell them, there's all different types of things you can do with this. But that's what I really like with Uscreen. And one of the key features I think that really it puts it over the top than anyone else is their marketing tool set, where you can be having so many different upsells, downsells, the automations. You can decrease your churn or decrease people from canceling. There's so many offers that you can have in the sequence. That's where it really shines with Uscreen for myself, and when I'm helping other people, our clients or students, and all those different things. Number 5, GroupApp. This is a platform where it's a community platform for knowledge creators. Very specific. So I would say if you're a teacher, you're an expert, and you're trying to have a very streamlined community, this is an option. I would compare GroupApp almost like the on Rails version of Heartbeat. So you can have limited customization, but I think that's what shines on for GroupApp is you can't break it. It's really, really to the point and structured for what you want to do. And it just cuts out a lot of a lot of stress. So if you have a very streamlined approach, you know that you need to have a library of content, you need to have courses, you want people to be able to chat with one another in limited, you want channels where people can talk in different subjects. There you go. Again, if I'm doing something where I have advanced onboarding, I have a very specific sequence that I want to have when people are introducing themselves, it automatically becomes a first message in one of the channels. That's something that Heartbeat can do. But again, depends on what you're looking to do. Let's shift over to pricing with these different platforms. For Heartbeat, you can start for $40 a month, and that's monthly. If you go, monthly is $49. If you go annual, $17, 17% off per year, and it's $40. So you can have up to 1,000 members, discussions, courses, events. Payments, 0% processing. That's awesome to see. You can run your paid affiliate program. That's a very nice, tidbit right there at the starting price. Documents, matchups, voice and video rooms, reporting and analytics. This is really important too, because if you're running an online business that you want to grow, this already has the analytics built in. So if you're running a community and you're trying to get a lot of analytics, before you would have to use something like Mixpanel, so you're integrating it, or you're using something like Orbit. Heartbeat already has analytics. And especially if you're working at a bigger company and the community operations manager or someone in charge of community has to bring up the numbers, how well the community is growing or how active it is. So easy for the reporting and so crucial. Searchable member directory, custom domain and branding colors, weekly digest. So it can do automatic emails to your members of what's happening in the community in that digest. You can have Zapier, Zoom, and GCal integrations all for 40. That's pretty awesome. The difference is when you go up to the growth, which is 108, you have unlimited members when you go to 108 a month, email white labeling. So again, you can have that branding, one-on-one onboarding help, and then conversion tracking. That will help if you're running ads or things like that, and you're using Facebook ads or Google ads, things like that. It's $333 a month. And the most noteworthy thing I would say is um, custom analytic exports and full API access. That allows you, again, with you being able to create more custom experiences when you have the full API access. And then you're going to be able to work with the Heartbeats founders as well. That's pretty awesome. So that's Heartbeat. Let me know in the comment section down below. Where are you? What are you trying to do? What platform appeals to you? Now let's take a look at Patreon's pricing. Now, Patreon pricing, we go over here. Okay, so it allows you to start for free. It shows you the breakdown of what it looked like. You can have an app as well. So you have a Patreon app. People can find your membership. So this is what we're looking at right here. So most popular, the Pro. It mentions 8% of the income you earn on Patreon. So, okay. Monthly and annual subscriptions, membership tiers, priority. So they're taking 8%. Taking 8%. 8% of the income you earn on Patreon. Let's take a look at this. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. All right, so creator fees. So there's platform fees. So the platform fees cover the Patreon membership platform, all of those things. So let's just go through this. So Patreon's original only for creators who paid before May 2019. Okay, so 5% of the income you earn on Patreon. So they take 5%, right? If you're looking at the Pro, they take 8%. 8% plus payment processing and then currency conversion payout fees. Okay. The premium 12% of the income you earn on Patreon. Okay, so what am I looking at right here? What I'm looking at is they're taking a pretty sizable chunk of my income. Now, again, it's a trade-off, right? It's a trade-off. Depending on how many members you have, they're going to be taking a percentage. So it's good for them. But again, I'm looking at a flat fee for some of these platforms. Patreon's going to be taking a percentage. But the flip side is they're already going to have your community on a well-known platform already. People can find you as a creator. So again, they're almost like a marketplace in a way. They're showcasing you for you to possibly get more business, but they're taking, depending on what plan you're having, 8 or 12%. That's something to keep in mind of the fees and what you're going to be doing. Now, on the flip side, they could be saying that they're making more advancements, all of those things. And so they're taking that percentage and being able to develop faster for the platform. But it's just something to consider. I've seen some creators that they get to a certain certain level, and then it just doesn't make financial sense for them to continue. But they've spent so much time on Patreon, it's hard for them to switch to another platform like Supapass or Heartbeat or Uscreen or GroupApp, depending on what's going on because of that percentage. Let me know in the comment section if that's a big deal for you. Now, if we're looking at Supapass, you can also start for free, but the benefit is you can already have your website. You can already have a free Supapass domain. So if you don't want to pay for a custom domain yet, you can still start. You can have built-in memberships, podcasts, all of those things you can start for free. For $49 per month, if you do per year, or if you do it per month, it's $59 per month, $49 per year. You can have add a paywall, sell subscriptions, sell one-off payments. You keep 100% of your money. Import YouTube videos, YouTube live streaming, so it's going to be like embedding video comments, integrate your CRM, so customer relationship management system. So like if you have a MailChimp or ConvertKit, something like that, Zapier, so you can have automations, and you can have web store promo codes. That's $49. If you want to have a mobile app, your own custom mobile app, it's $119. If you do that, something to consider. It's $297 per month, and that's where the content is hosted. So you're hosting your videos and audios. You're selling your courses, audio, books, and music. You can stream your podcast network. You can have Netflix-style curation, especially because you'll have your own app if you're doing that. And then it will already have a mobile tablet app, all of those things. You can do push notifications, Spotify-style player, sell in-app purchases. So that's at $297 a month. And then if you're looking at a $1K per month, if you're doing more of an agency style. So if you're doing group licenses to enterprise customers, you're managing multiple brands, that's when you're going to be looking at the business side of that as well. Now, let's take a look at the pricing for Uscreen. For Uscreen, it's going to be $149 a month plus $1.99 per member. So this is a base, and it's a cost per membership, right? So you're paying $149, that's annual, it's 20% off, or be $199 a month. Then you're paying $2 essentially per subscriber. And then if you go to the pro, you're doing $5.99 a month or 99 cents per subscriber. So what are we looking at here, right? So if I'm looking at this for the growth, I'm hitting the Netflix style, live streaming up to an hour. We're not having community up to 5 channels. You don't have your own app. You can have 100 hours of video storage, one admin, access to the Membership Plus, which is their community that helps you build up your business. You could have member analytics, marketing tools and automations. Like I said, the toolkit, flexible pricing options. You can accept cards and credit cards and PayPal, and custom domains. So we have that on that side. And then on Pro, we are now getting the community up to 5 channels, your own app. So it includes one mobile app with your plan, add the second app for $200. So already baked in, if you're going to be doing it at $4.99 a month, if you're doing annual, or $5.99 a month if you're paying monthly, it's already going to be coming with that app. You're going to have 150 hours of video storage, 3 admin users, and a dedicated success manager. So that would be one thing to keep in mind. For the Plus custom plan, you can reach out to them, but that's when you have API access. You can have TV streaming apps, full featured apps. And again, you can still have your own mobile app. It depends on what they're going to be adding on to that other side. And and that's the main one. For more details, you can go to the full featured list down below. And that really, I would say, look at that if you're trying to do a video first community and there's very specific nuances that you're trying to find the features, then I would check out that advanced section with all the feature lists for Uscreen for sure. Okay, let's take a look at the pricing for a group app. If we go to pricing here, we start at $39 a month up to 1,000 members, 10 channels, 20 gigs of file storage. That's monthly. If we go to yearly, so 39 for our basic, 29 if we do yearly, right? So we're going to stay on the yearly price for a minute. So it's 29 for basic, pro is 89, and then premium is 489. So if I'm looking at this, the basic is 1,000 members. When you go to pro, you're going to go up to 10,000. You have 30 channels instead, 100 gigs of file storage. You can have a drip schedule, post and email scheduling. That's awesome. And segments. So depending on what you're trying to create, your user experience kind of depends, and the size of the community too, because if you're members, if you want to go up to 10K, that's what we're looking at. For premium, you get one-on-one onboarding. You can go up to 100,000 members, 100 channels, 1 terabyte for file storage, and you get custom API integration. So if we look at a lot of the platforms, when we're looking at Heartbeat, Uscreen, GroupApp, when you're going the highest, then you can start using the API access, which again will allow you to have more of a custom experience, but very few people need it when they're first starting their community. And so it makes sense if you're at the business level, enterprise level, all of those different things. Now, I mentioned after going through all these platforms, which one I would choose. This really depends on what's going on with your business. Where are you? Let me know in the comment section down below, because if I'm looking at what I need to choose, this is comparing like apples to oranges. You need to decide what works for you. Where are you in your business? How do you want to run your business? How big is your team? And then you can pick different platforms that work for you. For Heartbeat, when I was working with a lot of brands that they had very extensive communities, they had a very specific type of onboarding style where they're segmenting their audience. They're asking very specific questions that allow them to find if they're the right fit for the community, even before they allow entrance. And it's premium. Heartbeat was a great solution. It had all the things we wanted, and it worked great with the analytics. I just thought it was a great experience. If I'm a creator and I feel overwhelmed, I might look at something like Patreon or Superpass. The thing with Patreon, I think a lot of times people see other creators do it, and we're just creatures of habit. A lot of people will just be like, okay, someone's using that, I'm just going to use that. But I would say look at Superpass too, especially if you're trying to build out your blog site, you're trying to build out a lot of content that will allow you to rank on SEO and then direct people to your membership. That's a really good option. For Uscreen, I would say if I was doing a video first community and I am focused on video and I need a component of community because a lot of people want to connect with each other, and I don't want to just be a video library. That's where I'm seeing that Uscreen really thrives. I see this a lot with fitness enthusiasts or fitness influencers, all of those things, yoga instructors. I see them do very well with Uscreen. And also too, if you've seen Vid Summit, they use Uscreen. And if you want to see us use it in action, there's going to be a link somewhere where you can see us using it for beginners as well. For GroupApp, I've used it in the past. I think it's very good. I think it's great. Again, like they were saying, knowledge creators, I really think that people can thrive with that. If you're having a very specific, like you're teaching something, you want to have components where They can DM you, they can DM other people. There's a directory. Um, I think one of the beautiful things about this platform is it's very concise and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But honestly, I think I like a lot of times people using this platform because it allows them to just streamline their approach, and you can do everything that you need right here from the platform. And so that's just something that I've seen that I've really liked from different YouTubers that are knowledge creators. They transition really nicely there. Now, going through all those things, the question is, which ones do I use right now? And the answer is it's Notion. Now that might seem very odd to some people. And by the way, I've built other communities, our own community on different ones, and the ones I've mentioned. But there's a couple reasons why Notion, we just keep coming back to this. This is for Docs Help Desk, and it's very specific for a niche part of our community, ones that are looking for tech help and they just need to be in the know of tech and what's happening. This is different than our business offering. That's a different group and one-on-one consulting. But this is for ones that are like, hey, what's going on in no code? What's going on in AI? And I want to just ask you questions about things like that. This is something we use Notion all the time, and this was a low barrier entry point. And for Docs Help Desk, a lot of people didn't want to talk to each other. We tried to push the community where we are always like, yeah, connect with each other. And a lot of people that are just starting out with building, they're like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to connect with people. I want to just do this. I just want you to answer my questions. I'm going to go back building. And so for us, we use Paperform to collect the membership, which looks almost exactly like this. We just screenshot what it looks like in Notion, and then we give access to them. They can ask questions where we just see all of the answers right here. I provide a weekly video as an update, and then people can have access to Doc's AI bot, where we built with chat base, and we just embedded this. And then you can ask questions about like, hey, what am I going to do for my next side hustle? Or I have questions about how to use this tool. You can do all of those things right here. And so it works for us for this. I mean, we've tried so many other things, and this has been the one that the audience in our community has responded to. It's lightweight, and it's just the one we're running with. Again, the more business aspect where we're doing group coaching, we're doing like monthly calls or one-on-one calls about business, we're leaving that off. This is mainly for our Docs Help Desk and what we did and how easy we made it. So in the comment section down below, let me know which one you plan on using. And if you want to sign up for Docs Help Desk, there's going to be a link down below for you to explore and to join the community there. I'll see you in the next video.